everybody, this is Dr. McBrick, and I am here with the 2019 model, Lego Expert model of a 1967 GT Fastback Mustang, and it is phenomenal if you ask me. Now, the reason I say that I am so excited about it is because I'm actually a Mustang owner for the past 36 years. My family are Mustang fanatics, and as a matter of fact, my father sold a 1964 and a half Mustang because he and my mom were pregnant with me, and so they needed a family car. That's right, my dad literally went in and bought a 64 and a half Mustang in April of 64, and when they first came out, bought it, and it was a beautiful car. He loved it, but then they got pregnant with me, and my dad sold it because they needed a family car, and they bought, I believe, a station wagon. So anyway, so my dad and I always talked about Mustangs growing up. When I was 16, actually, I ended up in the hospital. Won't go into that reason, but anyway, I was in the hospital for a while, and when I got out of the hospital, waiting in the driveway at our house was a 1968 Ford Mustang, and this was unbelievable. My folks had gotten me a Mustang, and I couldn't believe it. So anyway, so Mustangs have been in my blood. Now, I actually kept that car for the past 36 years, and that car has been an integral part of who I am and of our family. The car is in excellent show condition. It's in mint condition with only about 85,000 miles and some change on it. And I recently gave the car to my oldest son, who, as I think I mentioned in a few videos, is just finishing his PhD, so he's going to be another Dr. McBrick. But anyway, so I gave him the Mustang, passed it down. My dad passed it down to me. I passed it down to my oldest son, and hopefully my son and daughter-in-law, who are expecting, and we'll have our first grandbaby McBrick, will pass that down over the years as well, many, many years from now. So anyway, let's get back to it. Oh, and by the way, at the end of this video, I'll show you pictures of our family Mustang and the Mustang I had, that I absolutely loved and is a family heirloom. So this Mustang, as I was getting ready to build it, when I saw it was announced that Lego was actually building this, I went nuts, because Lego has built Mustangs before, in like this 68 here, which is actually the model year of my vehicle, and this is a really nice car, but you know, look at this one and then look at this one. So much more detail can go in on this scale. Now, this isn't the scale of the Bugatti or the Porsches or anything of that nature that you have with the Technic builds. This is an expert level scale, very similar to the Mini Cooper and to the Volkswagens, the van, and the Beetle. So it's on that size, as you can tell. Kind of give you a minifig scale here. There's a minifig, and you can kind of see how it goes with the background of the city and things like that. Needless to say, we won't be driving it down the streets of Figsdale, but the car is absolutely sculpted wonderfully. They did a great job, and trust me, I know all the quirks and all the intricacies of a Mustang, models from 64 and a half all the way up to 73, and this Mustang really does justice to the real life Mustangs. Oh, it looks like my tire's not on properly there. I guess I didn't have the proper equipment. I'll have to take it to the garage and get it put on by the tire machine. But anyway, the way that they sculpted the vehicle, the way that they made this indentation here, and you'll see this on the picture that I show you of my real Mustang, that the hoods on Mustangs of this era literally kind of scoop up here at the top, curve in, and then curve back up to the hood. The ones that have the hood scoops and things like that on it, mine just has the louvers, doesn't have the whole scoop there. It's just very, very well done. The details in the headlights, the details of the grille, and as you see, I'll show you the picture of my car, and the grille is very much the same with the corral around the Mustang horse. And the fog lights there, it just absolutely done very well. Even the detail on the bottom of the bumper, this was all chrome, which I sure wish they made chrome on cars nowadays, but this is all chrome on the real Mustangs. It would have been kind of cool if they'd have done it chrome, but I understand why they didn't do it. and even the little support braces and things on the chrome bumper that it has on the real Mustangs are true. These are the exact same rims that I had on my car, or I have on my car, and these rims actually Lego. This is a specialty piece that Lego made just for this because it contains the steering mechanism inside of the wheel. So it's really kind of cool the way that steering linkage is made. Let's go under the hood and check out the engine here. The engine is just done so perfectly well for this size. And remember, this model retails at $149, so it's expensive, but it's not that expensive like the Bugattis or the Porsches. And so they couldn't go too much detail on the engine, but for what they did, it really turned out well. From the Mustang print on the valve covers there, and that was very, very standard on a lot of them, even to the supports on the hood. You'll see those in the picture I show you and everything. Those were standard on Mustangs because this car was when it was built and designed, it was small, and that actually this was the name that was responsible for the term pony car. But it was small, but it had a 390. I mean, you could get a 390. You could get a 420 in these cars. The Cobra Jet Engines. So these things had a power plant in them. Mine came with the standard bulletproof 289 engine, which is still a very, very fast V8. But when you get up to 390 and the 420s, that sort of thing, those cars just it would just twist the body apart. So there were a lot of support systems and things like that in it. But even the stickers are exactly placed where they are in the real vehicles and things like that. They really did their homework on this. I just loved it. Even the fact of the battery posts. Lego recommended that you put them all the way in, but I brought mine up a little bit because I think that gives it more realism. And then let's go over here to the inside of the vehicle. They did a great job with these log pieces in this dark tan here, or tannish brown. That's the exact type of seat with the kind of those rolls and the stitching and things like that with the seats that the Mustangs came in. And again, you'll see that in my car on the pictures. Let's see, the roof comes off here, so I'm just going to take the roof off a little bit so we'll get some light in here so you can kind of see in the cockpit of the car, so to speak. The engine gauges are really nicely done. Of course, the steering linkage links up, so as you turn the steering wheel, the tires turn and everything like that. Our mirrors are fully articulated. We even have a gear shift that they do really nice that clicks into place just like the automatic automatic 4-speed in a lot of Mustangs, particularly in the 289 vintage. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't make this a stick, because I think if you had a 390, chances are you probably had a stick for that particular motor. Anyway, the trunk is basically not much. They didn't do anything with it. You can see the innards of the car and all that kind of stuff. But this is a printed piece right here. Very, very nice. The doors work flawlessly, seamlessly. Just extremely nice. And on Mustangs, there was a chrome plate that went along here, down there, which is done very well. The back I love because the back is so true to the way the Mustangs were. On a 390, you would definitely have these pipes down here for the exhaust. The GT cap, the caps on Mustangs were such that you had to flip them down. There was a little button here, you popped it, and this flipped down. And then there was a, excuse me, an almost 90-degree turn into the gas tank, which sat in a real Mustang under here. And this was extremely hard to fill with gas because back in the 60s, there was the gas pumps in America, at least, were flexible. So you could put your pump in here and it would flex down into the pipe. But nowadays the pumps aren't flexible; they're metal and they're stiff. And so trying to fill this with gas, really in the past 15, 20 years, with those stiff nozzles on gas pumps is really difficult because it doesn't go down into the gas tank like it did. But anyway, just really nice. The 3 bezel lights. They did a great job just using 2x1 plates all the way through there to give you the suggestion of those bezeled lights. Um, just just a wonderful car. You know, I can't say enough about it. It was a fun model to build, particularly a fun model to build if you own one of these, or if you've spent a lot of time with a classic Mustang like this, because you know all the quirks, you know the intricacies of the cars, and you know exactly kind of what they're trying to get across and what they're suggesting and everything like that. Another feature that's really cool with this vehicle is there is a wheel under here, and you can move this wheel and it actually adjusts the suspension of the vehicle. So you can jack it up just like a real Mustang. And I say that because, for instance, now you can take a look at it. It gives it a kind of a meaner stance. Mustangs had air shocks in the back, and mine does as well. And you can just pump up those air shocks, and it will give you that stance of a mean machine. Now, this particular model, the Lego model, came with some aftermarket accessories that you could get on the Mustang, and that was one of the things the Mustangs were known for, were the accessories. It comes with a huge blower that you can put up here. It comes with side pipes that you can put here instead of your exhaust in the back, and it comes with a nitrous oxide tank for the back. Now, I did not put any of those on it because my car itself doesn't have any of that, and I also realized that if I didn't build those extra parts, look at all this stuff that I get. Look at all those great blue pieces, some of these really cool pieces that, a couple pieces that are brand new. And so anyway, so I didn't really want to put the big blower on it and things like that, so I got the extra pieces. So anyway, that is the 1967 Mustang. I think it's great. I know a lot of people have reviewed it. This review is not unique, but I think it's an excellent car, particularly because it means so much to my family. So let's take a look now at my actual, and my son's actual, and my dad's actual, our family's car that has been passed down from my dad to me to my son. This is Dr. McBrick going to show you some pictures, and then I'll sign out. Once again, this is Dr. McBrick signing out.